There are countless ramen shops in Japan. Each region has its own characteristics, and the variations are almost endless. Some people even describe ramen as the universe. However, ramen is often said to be an unhealthy food. There are people in Japan who are ramen critics by profession, but some of them died prematurely at the age of 51. This time, I'd like to introduce a clipping from a topic that came up on a Japanese message board: ramen, a food that is infinitely bad for you. Finally, rest assured, if you travel to Japan and eat a few bowls of ramen, it will not affect your health in any way.
Do you consider ramen to be an unhealthy food?
As long as you don't drink all the soup, you'll be fine. No health-conscious person would eat ramen noodles, which are made up of fat and carbohydrates. It looks healthy because it has vegetables in it, but maybe I'm eating too much salt. Then what am I supposed to eat? Keep it to once a week and you'll be fine. If it's a ramen that looks like pig food, it's not, but miso ramen is rather nutritious with lots of miso and vegetables. I love eating a big bowl of heavy soup ramen and rice with a lot of garlic and condiments.
Do you need rice in a noodle shop? If you don't order that, you'll be fine.
If you eat 500 grams of noodles, you eat 500 grams of vegetables to offset it, so you're safe. There's no way that ramen that causes health problems can be sold as a general food, so eat it with peace of mind. It's safe because it adds more hot water to dilute the salt. Seafood-based salt ramen seems to be a little healthier, though. Your organs are screaming from all the salt. It's not that ramen is bad for you, it's just that picky eating is bad for you. Just leave the soup and you'll be fine. Thai green curry noodle soup is so good that I end up eating a lot of it. It's not so unhealthy as long as you don't drink the soup and it's not too fatty. But if you're a health nut and you're going to live to 80, or if you're going to eat whatever you want and die at 60, you're going to eat whatever you want, right?
You're young. When you reach 60, you want to live to 80.
Even if you were to die at 60, you'd die at 60 unhealthy and suffering.
I'm going to gyro again today, but I'm going to use a lot of vegetables as toppings and leave half the soup, so I think I'm safe.
I sprinkle the chili pepper about 5 millimeters thick.
Here is a little additional explanation about gyro. The official name of the restaurant is Ramen Gyro, and it has many enthusiastic fans because of its uniqueness and addictiveness. Enthusiastic fans of gyro in particular are known as Gyrolians. The ramen is mainly pork-based soy sauce-flavored ramen with a lot of fat and vegetables, and the noodles are extremely thick, and even the regular size is quite large. This style of ramen has become a genre in Japan, and ramen gyro is said to be the origin of this style of ramen. If you like Japanese ramen, you should check this place out at least once. Now back to the main topic.
Drinking all the soup is definitely bad for you, but I don't think you need to be so nervous about eating it once a month. Most of the foods that are bad for you are good, and there's no way around it. If you consume the same amount of vegetables and mushrooms, you'll be fine. The person who made the cup noodles ate them every day, but he still lived a long life. Isn't the latest trend that Japan is so hot that it's okay to take as much salt as you can consume through sweat? For something that's so bad for you, it's only moderately tasty. Unhealthy as expensive. The fact that 1 cup of noodles contains as much salt as 5 bags of potato chips. What about eating a lot of white rice every day? Rice is like a sugar cube. Wheat, soy sauce, and miso are all made from vegetables, so they're all healthy.
Stop with the American theory.
All be fine. All have San Mermen.
Here is some additional information again. Sanmermen is a dish of soy sauce ramen noodles topped with fried bean sprouts and other vegetables, thickened with potato starch. Ramen that looks healthy because it has less fat and more vegetables. It is loved by many generations because of its light flavor. In Tokyo, it is called bean sprout ramen and is one of the most popular ramen. Back to the main topic again.
I eat ramen only about 3 times a year. Salt is eliminated by potassium, and potassium is abundant in almost all foods. They say that Japanese people can break down salt, so it's okay to eat too much. It's no wonder that good food is made of fat and sugar. I've heard a lot of people say things like you can eat ramen every day and it won't kill you. They haven't said that since the ramen critics died young. Do you really want to eat ramen at least once a week? What's actually wrong with that?
Ramen has too much salt, fat, and carbohydrates.
I don't eat a lot of ramen, but I do eat a lot of noodles and fatty foods, which scares me. Ramen, sushi, and curry are all the same. So why is it that only ramen is said to be bad for you? If I eat only cup noodles when I don't have money, my body will be weak enough to feel it. I eat 1 cup of ramen almost every day at midnight. If you eat too much, you can die. The amount of salt in today's cup noodles is too much. Some of them contain as much as 8 grams. If you drank the soup, it must be bad for your kidneys. Anyone who loves ramen is probably eating a lot of salty food, not to mention a lot of snacks. I've never heard what's so bad about ramen for you.
Are you crazy enough to look at a soup with that much fat floating in it and say I don't know what's wrong with it?
I eat ramen 4 or 5 times a week, but my hobby is running marathons and I run about 300 kilometers a month, so I'm healthy and thin. Wheat is a vegetable, right? The soup also contains vegetable broth, so it's almost like vegetables, and the roasted pork is also like vegetables because it eats vegetables. So isn't it a healthy food? It seems that many of the ramen lovers who were popular in the 2000s are getting sick these days. The man who died the other day, Mr. Abura, was a pretty famous person.
add a third explanation. Mr. Abra, a well-known ramen enthusiast, died of heart failure at the age of 54. He was particularly fond of ramen jiro, which I explained earlier, and frequented it often. The causal relationship between the ramen and his death is not known, but it is a fact that cannot be overlooked. Back to the main topic again.
You guys worry so much, it's funny. Eat the right amount, exercise moderately. I'm trembling because I want to eat gyro so badly.
How was it? If eaten in moderation, ramen can be cheap and delicious. Of course, if you eat too much, whatever it is, it's not good for you. Ramen, especially the thick, fat-filled kind, is highly addictive, and those who can't control themselves may become ill. That's all for this explanation. We will continue to cover all topics related to Japan, so if you have any topics you would like us to cover, please leave a comment. Thank you for watching to the end.